Hey guys, it's Swissman15 here, and I'm here to announce the War for All Free for All tournament. Um, I have a lot of things to say about this, so I'm just going to start by saying if you're in Pixelated Apollo's tournament, the Clash of Teams, as I am, this tournament will not be starting until that tournament is over and completed. So, if you don't know if you have enough time for both, don't worry, because it's going to be afterward. Anyway. Um, So, that being said, if you want to join, all I want you to do is leave a comment on this video saying your in-game name for Medieval 2, and also your location, so that I can make the brackets that you can see here easily. I'll explain that later, but yeah. But as you might have guessed, this is a free-for-all tournament for Medieval 2 Total War, the War for All free-for-all tournament, that is. And it will have a bunch of rules and all. I'll post that all in the description, but I'm going to have to explain a lot, and I don't know exactly what order in which I explain. So these will be free-for-all games. As you can see on the screen, I have Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, and those are all with 4 columns. My name's in one already because I'm going to be playing in my own tournament, of course. But these represent 4 games of free-for-alls. Each gap is 1 player, so there's going to be 16 players. How it's going to work is that the winner of one group and then the second place person of one group will both advance to the next round, and so on and so forth. The way we're going to rank that is that first place will be whoever lives the longest. It will be last man standing. Second place will be whoever gets the most kills, third place the next most kills, and last place the next most. If the person who lives the longest also has the most kills, then second place is who has the second most kills. Pretty logical. Each group, so Group A, Group B, Group C, will all play 3 games. If you win a specific match, a specific game, you get 3 points. Second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point, and last place gets none. So after 3 games, whoever has the most will move on to the next round. And that'll be the same for all. So if you win if you win it twice, and then you get second, oh, you're almost guaranteed to go through. There's no one else that can get a higher score, so you're through. If 2 people get the same score after all 3 matches, whoever gets the most kills and captures of all will move on. Of all 3 games, that is. And that is the same for, as we were saying before, as the ranking. Kills and captures are counted together as 1. Alright. So then, also, once we do the first round, and we have the first and second place, the first place of Group A and B will go into one group, Group 1, for round 2, and the second place of both of those groups will go into the other group, Group 2. And it is vice versa for Group C and D. So that in Group 2, you will have the winners that probably may or may not have a better chance of winning in the next group, and going on to the last round, where the top 2 of Group 2 go into the final round for the win. For the win! Okay. So that is just the structure of the tournament. So I have 14 slots open. Pixelated Apollo says he wants to go in, so there's 14 more people that can join. It'll take a while to fill it up, and once it is, I'll show you all the brackets and how it's going to go down completely. But right now I'm just going to go over the rules for the actual tournament. We'll be playing with 15k for every player, and the rules for the tournament are only going to be no gunpowder and no stradiots. Those are the only rules. Gunpowder, in case anyone has any confusion, also means cannons, and that anyone who carries a musket, handgun, anything like that. Like camel gunners aren't allowed. Those monster bolts, I'm pretty sure those use gunpowder, I'm not completely sure, but I'm just going to say they're not allowed anyway. But that leaves other artillery like trebuchets and catapults and ballistas, they're all fair game. When you're actually in the game, once you have your armies and all, which will be following the rules, you will all I can't speak right now. Each person will deploy, and then you'll have 4 people in the match. And I don't know where I'm going with this, so I'm just going to pause for 1 second and recollect my thoughts. So what I was trying to say before, which I completely failed at failing, what I failed to completely say, go me, I speak English. What I failed to say is that each group will have 3 games, which I mentioned before, but no one will host twice, so it'll be on the same map. I haven't decided the map, so any of these groups, you'll all have an individual map that I decide on, so it can be all interesting and stuff. But one person will host one game, another person will host another game, and a third person will host another game. One person won't be able to host in the group, but it's not that big of a deal. I just want to swap around where you start on the map, so that not one person's always in the same spot or whatever. And that's pretty basic. When you're in the game and you're going against people, if there are 2 people fighting already, it is considered a 1v1 and you're not allowed to attack it. So say you fought somebody, you killed them, and you see 2 people are fighting, you cannot go and attack them at all. You have to wait until their 1v1 is over. So, say I won, because of course I win, and my other 2 opponents are still fighting, I have to wait for one of the other people to completely die off. Once that person's, like, routing, all of them are running away and they can't fight anymore, or they're all dead, which is less likely but possible, then, and only then, can I attack and intrude on the other guy. That being said, no one in this game can admit defeat. Since that the kills will likely determine if you get through or not and stuff like that, I don't want any ambiguous things when people, like, admit defeat too early or too soon, or too early and too soon, same thing. Too early and all that. You can admit defeat after all your army's already running, but that changes nothing, so unless you want to just say, yeah, I lost, well, you can do that. So, also, for each round, since there are 3 games, you cannot be the same faction in that round. So round 1, you have to be 3 different factions, round 2, you have to be 3 different factions. However, if I'm like Holy Roman Empire in round 1, I can also be Holy Roman Empire in round 2, but I strongly suggest that you do as many different factions as you can. Try to mix it up, but I probably won't myself because I get stuck in my ways. Final things for the tournament. I know I'm going to miss stuff, so if you have any questions, just leave a comment and ask, because I'm probably missing everything I want to really say. So, you know how it works, we know the basic rules. I know I'm missing something for in-game, which I'll probably remember in a lifetime ahead of me. So yeah, if you want to join the tournament, if you're interested in joining, it'll be after Pixelated Pablo's current Clash of Teams tournament. Just leave a comment with your in-game name for Medieval 2, and also your location, because I want to try to get at least the early groups with relative locations so it's easier to plan, because I'm in a mess right now with the Clash of Teams where one guy's in New Zealand, I'm over here in North America, another person's in Great Britain, another person is in the Czech Republic. So, we're all over the world. We're a dispersed community, is what I'm trying to get to. I'm missing something very important. Oh yes, cav spam. Since I put no limit on cavalry, you technically can put all cav, but no one will ever respect you for using it, for one thing. And second thing, the chances that you win with it are so tiny that you're probably not going to win with it anyway, because cav spam is just not balanced at all. So, if you want it, you do it. And people who will complain like, oh yes, trebuchets, you don't like that rule, well, if you can't beat a trebuchet, then you probably can't win this tournament. Just throwing that out there. But that's all I have to say immediately. I will probably remember what I forgot to say in this video, but as for now, if you're interested in joining, just leave a comment like I said, and I will see you guys with a later announcement when I have all the players and the maps for the individual games. See you next time.